Hello everyone, just making a quick little video. I'm out here doing yard work, so I'm out in the sunshine here in Texas. It's actually nice, quite warm. So I'm doing my first shirtless video to expose SE Demon because ENTPs do not give a damn what they're wearing, where they're at, locations irrelevant to them, and reality pretty much for the most part is stupid. And so I always in the Facebook group. I sometimes make videos of me in the bathtub, just talking in there because location's kind of irrelevant to me. Uh, which is funny because if you watch certain people like Kanye West is an ENTP, and you watch like videos of him like in the Oval Office talking to Trump, and he's like cussing, ENTPs for the most part sometimes can struggle with understanding like it's inappropriate to say certain things in churches, or it's inappropriate to say certain things in certain areas, and this is, of course, if their FE child is not developed. As soon as you develop the FE and you understand ethics and what's accepted and what's valued in certain locations, they can make mature decisions and choices. And so when you see an ENTP acting like they're autistic and they're not, typically speaking, it's because their FE child is very immature and they haven't developed the ethics of it. But on the other hand, this is my channel. I don't see anything wrong with men or women having their shirt off. I don't give a damn. Granted, breasts don't do anything for me, so there is that. So, what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, I was just having a chit chat with my friend Diasis. He has his own YouTube channel, and he's with the Is It For Real show, and we talk all the time about MBTI and different things like that. He's real fun. He, like most ESTPs, kind of struggle with boxing themselves into one personality type because SPs are freedom based, and so it's just kind of funny. And he just recently took that test, being an INFP, and so it's just like he was sending me a message about we were talking about conspiracy theories of all things, and his descriptions were so funny because his descriptions are always SE. His descriptions are always physical, like, oh, these people need to have a dick shoved in their ears so they can understand and actually, figure things out. Something an INFP would never ever say, because INFPs, their SE is their trickster function. It's very, very low. We don't. Low SE does not describe things in physical terms. I'm in the same category. I'm an MP as well. MPs just don't do it, because our SE is so low. It's not the way we describe things. And INFPs typically describe things in metaphysical sense, typically in abstract thoughts and things like that, not necessarily in concrete physical terms like, oh, you're going to think straight if you get like a dick shoved in your ear. That's total an SP comment, that's totally like locker room talk, total jock. And, well, anyways, we were talking about SE and SI, and I was just discussing about with sex, for instance, and the fact that he's an ESTP, dating an INFP actually would be very ideal for him because he has SE hero and they have SI child. And so talking about sexual compatibility is very important when you talk about SE, SI. That's what's so great about having typology understanding when you're dating. Now, as a gay person, this is a lot more prevalent and easy to figure out because top and bottom means a lot more to us versus, somebody who's straight, and you would look at socionics, they always try to like put you with your aspiration essentially. So like an INFP would be with their ESTJ, and this marriage is actually quite common because they have a lot of camaraderie in the very beginning, and they understand each other, and they don't really have a lot of conflict, so they think, oh, this is a great idea. Then 10 years down the road, when sex starts becoming and boring, then it starts to have problems, and they're just not able to give each other the sensation they need because they think in different ways in that sense. And so with gay couples, it's a lot more obvious, because you have somebody who wants to receive, whether that be anally or not, or somebody who wants to give, whether that be penetration or not. Not necessarily in every gay couple is that the case. However, that is the standard, typically speaking. And myself as an ENTP, I'm an SI user myself, and so about 75% of the time I prefer to be the bottom and prefer to be, receiving sensation and giving sensation versus the other way around. That's why an SI-SI relationship gets really boring and exhausting because somebody's going to have to assume the role, and so one person's going to have to be the top, and this means they're going to be in their shadow. And this is going to be exhausting and not satisfying because you want to stay in your ego or you want to stay in your aspiration during sex because this is what we have the best satisfaction. And this being the case, whether this be male or female, for instance, because if an SP female, for instance, she's not going to be the one to be that docile, submissive role in the bedroom. She's going to be the dominant role. And it's best for her to find herself an SJ male who wants to be that submissive role to her and let her, control things that happen in that situation, whether that be her being on top or whatsoever. Yes, ENTPs can talk about this stuff casually. It does not bother me. So if you're a prude person, I'm sorry if I offend you, but grow up. Anyways, and so this is the the situation, that situation. It's interesting about that. And so when you have certain situations like I have a family member who's an INFP and she's married to an ESTJ. Now they're both Jehovah's Witnesses, and so this is very common in the faith because they're going to go with camaraderie. People get married young, they get married in a desperate situation. There's a lack of choices, and so at first it seems very ideal. You get along. Oh, we both talk about philosophy. Oh, we're both like to read. Oh, we both are both homebodies and like to be comfortable watching Netflix or whatever. And then later down the road, they're just like not having sex anymore. And this was very common in Jehovah's Witness faith because let's just face it, the ideal male of a Jehovah's Witness was ESTJ or ISTJ because these are the best elders. And they would end up marrying SFJs, and so they ended up marrying an ESFJ or ISFJ because that's what Proverbs tells them to do, And then they get in these marriages and they have sex for 5 years, and then they have really struggling marriages later on in life, and you have disgruntled, angry elders who are very frustrated. They end up watching porn, they end up getting removed, and their lives are miserable, all because they don't understand basic, fundamentals of psychology, of, at least Jungian depth psychology, following the cognitive functions of Dr. Beebe. And so it's quite nice. I'm going to be making a lot of videos about these kind of things, about how to find people who are an ideal match and on dating websites, actually. And well, anyways, I just wanted to enjoy the sunshine with you guys and make some video for today. I'm actually kind of busy here working outside. As you can see, I'm already bounced back from the death of a gladiator. And granted, I still miss him, and the house is very empty without him. However, as you can tell, I'm not very emotional today, and this is how ENTPs respond. Very resilient, very get over things really, really fast. And however, I'm still dealing with the ENTJ, who is very emotional about it. And I can only talk about the dog only so much, otherwise he's going to break down, and then his FI gets into my FE, and I start crying, and it's all about his emotions right now. And so anyways, peace out, guys.